Since being founded by Clara Barton in 1881, the Red Cross has been a consistent lifeline for people when they need us the most. The depth and the breadth of our services, whenever and wherever they're needed, is unmatched by any organization, government agency, or nonprofit in the world. Whether it is providing comfort and resources after your home has been destroyed by a fire, assisting military families in an emergency, receiving a blood transfusion, or learning life-saving techniques like CPR and first aid, the Red Cross is there to leave a lasting impact on the lives of our neighbors every day. Last year, our 2,356 local volunteers responded to over 2,000 local disasters, taught over 36,700 people preparedness skills, assisted over 2,500 families affected by local disasters, made over 3,000 homes safer through education and preparedness plans, saved 7 lives, and installed over 7,000 free smoke alarms through the Home Fire campaign, and served over 7,500 military members, veterans, and their families. We'd like to take a few minutes to introduce you to just a few of our Red Cross heroes. I'd like to introduce you to Dr. John Horsch, our blood services hero sponsored by the Red Cross. For over 40 years, John has donated blood and platelets to the Red Cross. He has organized blood drives at St. John's Catholic Church of Madison 6 times per year for over 22 years. That is a total of 132 blood drives. He has helped a number of other organizations host blood drives around the state. In addition to all his other volunteer duties, he also serves the role of administrative associate for the Huntsville chapter office.
Why should somebody work with the Red Cross? It sounds trite, but why not? If you have the time, if you have the resources, gas to get here, the things that we do often seem mundane because we don't see immediate results. In the disaster area, bless their hearts, those folks see immediate results. In the blood side, probably don't see immediate results. They see immediate results in a pouch of blood or in a container of platelets. But they don't see to whom that goes, and they don't see the life that might be being saved. I'm lying on the bed with the platelets, and there's a whiteboard and 3 lists of initials and 3 lists, or another list of initials. And I said, "What is that?" I said, "Well, those are your initials over there." I said, "I thought they were." "Who's this?" "Well, those are the initials of the lady that's going to get your platelets this afternoon." Oh, that was neat. So the next 4 times I went in, my initials, her initials. The 5th time, my initials, not hers. She'd gone into remission. That was a really moving experience. That was something else. I tell people that blood is a perfect gift. It costs you nothing. It's going to save at least 1 life, maybe 3, and you get it back in 3 weeks, 5 weeks. Being a volunteer for the Red Cross is very similar to that.
I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Jim Bombard, our disaster hero sponsored by State Farm. Jim has deployed across the country and twice internationally to assist in multiple disaster relief operations. In just 3 years, Jim has responded to disasters in Alabama, Texas, Florida, South Carolina, Louisiana, Missouri, North Carolina, St. Thomas, and St. Croix. Additionally, Jim serves on the local disaster response team in North Alabama and selflessly responds to home fires every day.
There's job for everybody. And people never realize that Red Cross is there all the time. I was at a fire yesterday, and I was talking to the people, a family of 10. Oh my goodness. And we're here at the Red Cross, and they were just stunned and amazed that we were here, to help them out and when their house is still smoking. It is nice when people donate their money, because I know not everybody can donate time. I know everybody cannot drop everything for 2 or 3 weeks and drive around the country and you'll go somewhere, but everyone can write a check. Everyone can write a check or send $1 or $2. But like I can tell people, there's a job for everybody in the Red Cross. You can stay in the office, you can go outside, you can raise funds, you can give out funds. There's a job for everybody in the Red Cross.
That's wonderful.
And it makes you feel awful good.
I'd like to introduce you to Mrs. Shirley Walker, our Service to Armed Forces hero sponsored by Iron Mountain Solutions. Mrs. Walker is not only a Red Cross hero, but an Army veteran. When she took off her Army uniform, she exchanged it for a Red Cross vest and continued serving her community. We are honored to serve with Mrs. Walker every day.
Serving with the Red Cross makes me feel like I'm still serving in that uniform. And I just feel so alive when I'm working in my community and helping those that have served and those that are still serving. And being able to give back makes me, that is my passion, and I love it. And I just, I love the Red Cross, and I will continue to serve. And that's my life, serving in the community. It's a very heartwarming experience. And I feel like one should be able to give, if it's nothing but an hour of your time, to help, to support, and provide assistance. If it's blood or your time, your resources, be it time or money, to the Red Cross would be a great service to your community. And you will have a gratifying experience yourself.
I'd like to introduce you to Ms. Monica Clark, our Disaster and Volunteer Services hero sponsored by Alabama A&M University. Ms. Clark is actively impacting the lives of her students each and every day. Monica organizes the annual Serve the City event for Alabama A&M University students each year. She has ensured that hundreds of organizations have benefited from students serving in the community. This year, she has collaborated with the Red Cross to organize more than 1,000 students to participate in our Sound the Alarm, Save a Life campaign, a smoke alarm installation event aimed to save lives. Tomorrow morning, students will be out in Huntsville neighborhoods in teams of 3 installing smoke alarms and helping to make their community safer.
In order to be a community, we have to help each other. We're all in need, and none of us, not one single person I know, including myself, can say that no one has ever helped us. So I think we depend on each other. It truly takes a village, and we're a part of this village. And I think it's our responsibility to go out and help and serve. Even before I took this position at Alabama A&M, I was still pretty prominent in the community when it comes to serving. Making sure our students, my kids, my family, making sure we all know the importance of giving back. Because again, we never know when we're going to need someone to help us. There is nothing more important in the world than saving lives. And the fact that we're doing it here with the Red Cross, how much better can you get? You know, when you go to sleep at night, you know that you've saved a life, whether it's through blood, whether it's helping someone who's been in a fire with a smoke detector. We're saving lives. And you just can't be a better citizen than that.
Speaking of saving lives, I'd like to introduce our last hero of the evening, Miss Riley Bedingfield, our Training Services hero sponsored by Crystal Mountain Water. Miss Bedingfield is no stranger to making an impact in her community. Miss Bedingfield has grown up in the Red Cross family and has adopted our mission as a way of life. At a young age, Miss Bedingfield has saved a life. While working in a preschool, Miss Bedingfield found herself in a situation in which she was able to put her life-saving skills to action. That day, she made a huge impact and saved a life. Riley was confident in her ability to assist because of the skills she learned from the Red Cross CPR and first aid training.
A couple years ago, I was a teacher, a preschool teacher, and one day at school, normal day, kids were eating lunch just like normal, and my back was actually turned to the kids, but I was always listening, and one of the children coughed but didn't cough again, and so I just turned around really fast, and I was like, that didn't sound good. And I noticed her face was getting red, and I was like, okay, she's choking. And so I immediately ran over there, didn't think twice, didn't get nervous, thought about that afterwards, but and just performed the Heimlich. And thankfully, through my Red Cross training, she's alive and she was saved. It goes back to you or someone you know has been touched or will be touched by the Red Cross in some way. And so to give and to advocate and to volunteer feels almost like a requirement. Feels almost like, you know, the Red Cross does so much for our community, and they rely so much on volunteers and donors that they need us. And again, you're helping your neighbor, your family member, and you know, the Red Cross has touched you or will touch you in some way. And so you're giving back to an organization that's doing so much.
Each day, thousands of people just like you, provide compassionate care to those in need. Our network of generous donors, volunteers, and employees share a mission of preventing and relieving suffering here at home and around the world. We roll up our sleeves to donate time, money, and blood. We learn or teach life-saving skills so our communities can be better prepared when the need arises. Tonight, we honor those volunteers who do this every day because they believe in the mission of the Red Cross and choose to serve every day. Tonight, you've heard from just 5 of our countless Red Cross heroes. We have more than 2,000 heroes just like them around the state, but they can't help others without the support of donors like you. I'd like to ask you today to help us make a difference. Your donation or gift to our Hope campaign tonight will ensure that we can continue to save lives, reduce suffering, and step into an emergency tomorrow and all year. We can't do this without you. Will you give a gift today to help us?